Hello, HO Slot Car fans. Welcome once again to the GBud Custom and Speed Shop. Today's video is Look What Bud Bought, episode 38. I just returned from the Palmer Slot Car Show. Got some great deals, got some cool cars. So we're going to go through all those. But before I get there, I got some cleanups from the last Bud Bought videos. Some stuff that I forgot. So I'm going to go over that real quick. First of all, I bought a bunch of performance parts for Super 7s from Viper Scale Racing. And I forgot that on his auction site that they call VBay, I scored this bag of Tyco chassis. I really needed those black curve hugger chassis. That super modified Gremlin I bought. I've tried everything, I just can't get the chassis to run that great. So I got those to put a new chassis under that. And another eBay purchase that I forgot to talk about was this TCR Corvette. This is a very hard car to find, and I managed to find one mint on card, but the card is all yellowed. I don't keep my Tycos in cards anyway. So we're gonna open this up, put a pin in it so we can drive it on the track, and we'll get it in the Tyco Corvette case. Just a tip, if anybody else out there like me is putting pins in your TCRs and you're cutting open carded TCR cars, always be on the lookout. They actually, inside the card, they actually have some replacement pickup shoe springs. So if you're moving the shoe from the middle to the right or left and you lose the spring, there's springs in there. There's a little baggie. Let's see, there you go. There's those springs inside the little baggie. Alright, so let's get to the Palmer Slot Car Show haul. We'll start off with some of the carded stuff first. First up, we got this Datsun 510 pit kit. I didn't have this pit kit so on my wall, so now I do. They also had the pickup, somebody had the pickup truck there, the Datsun pickup truck pit kit, and I forgot to grab it, kicking myself. And next up, off of Tom Brandy, I purchased the entire new Breed Datsun release. All 4 cars. Car number 1 is the 72 Breed Datsun 510 with red on the top. The first version of this had blue on the top, so now they have blue and red. Car number 2 from the release is the 240Z, again with red on the top. The original release had blue on the top. And car number 3 is the Datsun 510 that they call the guest car, that they had a guest racers drive. This one has the white on the top opposed to the blue or the red. It's pretty cool looking car. And then the fourth car is the 620 pickup with blue on the top as opposed to the red on the top. Tom gave me a good deal on these. So those are going to be more wall art. I remember when I bought them, Tom goes like, "So are you going to open these?" I'm like, "No." These go on the wall with the rest of the Auto World collection. Everybody likes the Brie Datsuns, and the best time to buy them is when they're new, because they only make one run, and then as they get older, they get more expensive. So you're always better off buying the new stuff right away. And one last carded car I bought from AFX Race Masters. The McLaren Formula One car with the special livery that they ran at Monaco. Luckily, they only made one. They didn't make both drivers, so didn't have to buy two more cars. So this will be going up on the wall with the rest of my AFX Formula One cars. That's all seven Sauber cars. Now I have all three McLaren cars. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so that's going to do it for the carded cars. So let's go through the bag here and see what we got for the cases. And first up, we got a baggie, a big bag. The guy just wrapped them up in this bag. So let's see what we got in this bag here. Now this particular seller, I don't know, there's something wrong with this guy. I swear. I was looking at a bunch of stuff on his table, and of course nothing had prices on it, right? So he was the only guy there I saw that had the green Magna Traction specialty van, and I need that green van. And I picked one up. It had no rear tires. The chassis was crusty. The body was dirty. Some chrome wear on it. I said, "Hey, how much for this van?" He said, $50. I put that down quick. I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "Well, I can only imagine then what you want for these." I said, "How much for these two?" And he said, $30. I'm like, "Sold." First up, I got this Tommy Turbo Porsche 962. I have the version of this car that has the working headlights and taillights, but I did not have the other version. And this is on a near mint Super G Plus chassis. But you're telling me the green crusty van costs $50, but this only costs $30? Wow. So didn't have to twist my arm to buy that. Oh, you're gonna love this. Then the next car, he said $30, was this Castrol Jaguar. and it is bright white. This car is in perfect shape. I mean, you tell me, is there something wrong with this seller or what? Again, crusty green specialty van, $50. But this awesome Castrol Jaguar, $30. And this is on a mint Tommy turbo chassis. So the chassis are reversed. This turbo should be on that Porsche, and that Super G should be on this one. So that'll be a quick swap I'll make before it goes into the collector case. I was really happy to get those two cars, especially for $30 a piece. I saw that white Jaguar. A friend of mine, Mike Royster, was there. He was trying to sell cars. He wanted $60 for that. Danny Sosa was selling one for $50 on his YouTube channel, which I thought was a fair price, and I was going to actually offer him that, depending on what happened at the slot car show. Yeah, both of those cars are worth easily $60, $70, and I got them for $30. So awesome deal there. Let's see what else we got in this bag. All right, here we got two cars wrapped up in paper towels. So let's see what's under these. Okay, first up we have Williams Cannon number 5 Tyco. Now, I already have one of these in my case, but the one in my case is like a super odd version. It has a yellow, or it has a red windscreen instead of the yellow windshield. It has a red helmet instead of the white helmet. And the wing in the back is all black instead of two-tone black and silver like it should be. So this was the really common version. But this body is on a TCR chassis. And yes, that was the price, $30. Now this guy, both cars I bought were actually listed at $30. And I said, would you do 50 for the pair? And he's like, 55. I'm like, okay. This one does have some wear. There's a couple spots on the roll hoop there where it's not perfect. This side is perfect. But this side, the C is a little rubbed off there. Well, a lot of rubbed off. That's why whenever you're handling your Indy cars, you always want to grab them by the tires, so your fingers don't rub off any of the decals. I need a sip of pepper. All right, then in this paper towel, we have a Tyco 1983 Corvette, the brown and gold. This is an extremely rare Tyco Corvette. In the Tyco book, this is the only 83 Corvette that's listed as an availability of a 1. So even back in the late 80s, early 90s, this car was very rare. And now, 30 years later, it's super extremely rare. I've never seen one, only in the Bible or in the Tyco book. I've never seen one in person. So I wasn't 100% sure they actually made it, but here one is. But of course, it's not perfect. This side over here, we got some marks, some paint chip on the top of the fender there. And the mirror over here, if you look at the side view mirror, you can see that's paint's chipped on that too. And there's a little wear back there. So whatever kid got this car first actually played with it for a little while. But again, that's why it was only $30. So this will be going in my Tyco Corvette case. Let's see what else we got in the bag here. There we got some replacement AFX front wide tires. The same guy that sold me that Corvette and Indy car, he had these little bags. I actually bought 2 bags of the front wides because the old Magna Tractions, when you get in one, they're always all dried out. So it's good to have freshies to put on there. And I also bought a bag of Tyco Pro front tires. You never know when those old excuse me. You never know when those old Tyco Pro tires are going to be rotted out, so it's always good to have some of those on hand. And I bought a bag of 24 Phillips screws. I'm always needing screws for bodies. People sell you bodies and they don't come with screws. It's ridiculous. Okay, next up from a guy I know at the show, a friend of mine, Mike Royster. He's actually a DJ, but in his spare time, he's a slot car guy. And from him, I bought a pretty expensive vehicle, the Tyco Federal Express van, with some wear on there on the front. And the chassis has the wrong wheels on the back. It actually has the wrong wheels in the front too, so I can fix all that. But yeah, he wanted $120 for it. We haggled for a while. I got him down to $105. But this is a very rare Tyco here, the Federal Express van, which is on its correct US 1 trucking chassis. So I look good in the case next to my other Tyco vans. I have 6 Tyco vans. And in that same Tyco van, or Tyco case that has my vans, I also have my pickup trucks in there. In this particular body style, I only have 2. Chrome silver and yellow with black stripe. But I picked up this cool pickup truck right here, the number 7 with the rainbow stripes. This truck is in great shape. A pretty cool Tyco for the collection. And the same guy. Oh yeah, by the way, this one came on an HP 7 chassis, which I don't believe is correct. I'll have to look up in the book. But I don't think they made any of these trucks in HP 7. Same guy I got that truck from. I also got a new, needs a bath though, it's not very clean. Got another 40 Ford Coupe that I didn't have. Got the reflective prism tape on the top, which tells you this was originally a command control car. It's currently on an HP 7 chassis, which is good because I wouldn't be able to drive it if it was still command control. But this car is in perfect shape. Another good addition to the Tyco collection. And again, off this same guy. I actually bought a car to race. I got this cool looking 57 Chevy with flames. And it's actually on a Bulldog SRT chassis. And this chassis appears to have no laps on it whatsoever. That's nice. I like that green 57 Chevy. It looks like we're down to the last. Oh wait, there's two in here. Last two cars. Next up, we have a Tomy Super G. Yeah, Super G Plus. Another one for the Tomy case. We have the number 2 Pennzoil Indy F1 car. This car is pretty cool. They didn't do too many SRT or Super Gs with the actual sponsors, so it's cool to see this Pennzoil car. I scored this for 60. All right. I guess I should have opened this first. This next car, I actually had to call my wife and say, can you go in and take a picture of my Tyco IndyCar cases and text it to me? I had to make sure I didn't have this car before I bought it. But yeah, I had the blue version, but I didn't have this version of the Patrick number 20. Patrick Racing number 20 S-Mark STP. I had the baby blue one, but I did not have this greenish blue version. This was a pretty cool car. And I only paid $40 for this. A great deal. The only problem with this car is in the back. Looks like it's been re-glued a couple times. But you have to look underneath there to see that. But otherwise, great shape. So there you go. That's the Palmer Slot Car Show haul. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Looks like 14 new cars for the collection and 1 runner. So all in all, a good show haul. I'm very happy with what I bought. Hope you guys liked today's video. I want to thank all my subscribers. I want to thank all the sellers that I dealt with at the Palmer Slot Car Show. A lot of guys willing to deal, and a lot of guys with reasonable prices. And then, of course, there's those guys with the unreasonable prices and not willing to deal. But you just move on from them tables and go on to the next table. There was a guy that had one of my childhood cars, a G Plus Formula One, white with green trim. He had one mint. I said, how much for this? It wasn't in the card, it was loose. He said $175. I'm not paying $175 for an old G Plus car loose. I'm sorry. But yeah, I had a great time at the show. Those of you who didn't go to the show, I'm telling you, you missed out. It was a really great show. A lot of great deals. A lot of cool cars. And I guess that's going to do it. Thank you to all my subscribers. Subscribers are growing. I think I'm up to 340 now, somewhere around there. If you guys could give me a thumb and a comment, I'd appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. That's going to do it, guys. Have a great day.